big thing about Windows is the commands, which you would have to learn in order to get into IT. Now, we're going to go into command prompt. We can go to the search button here and type in CMD. And for this scenario, you want to run as the administrator. Windows PowerShell is also a useful tool, but today we're going to use command prompt and we're going to run as an administrator. Running as an administrator will give you access to any commands I'm going to show you. The first command I want to show you is chkdsk, or check disk. This looks for any bad sectors. You could type in chkdsk /?. It gives you it helps you with what commands would you like to use. As you can see here, /f fixes errors. V is based on the full path of name in every file on the disk, which is FAT or FAT32. Also, it cleans up messages, if any, are there on NTFS. R locates bad sectors and recovers readable info. L and the size only applies to NTFS. X forces a volume to dismount first if it's necessary. I is also NTFS only, C is also NTFS only, while I performs less vigorous checks of index entries and C skips the checking. B reevaluates bad clusters, while scan runs an online scan only on NTFS, force offline fix, which has to be used with scan, actually, bypass all online repair and all defects found, and that's also only available on NTFS, which are the switches that you would need to know when you're using the chkdsk command. And I'm going to run this command. You won't be able to do this if you're not on the administrative privileges. And as you can see here, it's examining basic file system structure, then examining file name linkage. Leave it alone, let it do its magic, and it'll give you the results. Yep. Then it examines the security descriptors, as you can see here. And then after this, it will tell you results. It says it has scanned the file system and found no issues. No actions is required. And as you can see here, there is 0 kilobytes in bad sectors, and that's good. The other command I'm going to show you is called GP update, or group policy update. It updates the group policy settings if you tend to make changes. and it says updating policy. And there is GP result, which shows you the results. But if you didn't use the switches, then it will show you this. The S switch is system, U is domain, that would be user, P is password, scope is scope, user is the same thing as the U switch. The X switch is the file name. The H switch right there is also a file name, but they are different. X is for XML formats and H is for HTML. The F switch forces GP result to overwrite the file name, specified either if it's in X or XML or H or in HTML. R, RSOP, V specifies that verbose information should be displayed. Z is super verbose, and the question mark switch we all know is the help. CLS is a clear. We're going to type a GP result R, and it'll show you what group policies are in place. Okay. And as you can see here, local group policy filtering is not applied. It's because nothing is set up when it comes to group policy, which I will show you how to do that in the next video. Which will be part of the A+ 220-1102 and the Security Plus. It also applies in Network Plus because in networks, security is the key. Security is everywhere in IT. I'm going to run a program because I'm going to show you how to use a taskkill command. And that's where I will show you about Task Manager. I apologize for the delay, it's buffering because it's on a virtual machine. Well, that's because if you do it on a real device, then it's going to mess up your educational video if you do plan to get into IT. Now, I'm going to minimize it. And that's where I am going to open Task Manager. Because I'm going to show you the next command called taskkill. get into more details. As you can see here, it's using up a lot of processing units, as right here, which is mostly from Microsoft Edge. And the performance is the graph information, which is based on the CPU, memory, disk, which is your storage, and Ethernet, which is your network. We're going to go into details, which gives you the PID number. And I'm going to type in taskkill. Oops. Didn't realize I didn't put an extra L. Okay, there we go. And there it is, the PID right over here, which is the number right over there. As you can see right over there. I want to terminate the Microsoft Edge. And taskkill PID, the PID number. And the F stands for force. And then IM for the actual program. Right now, I'm going to type in taskkill /F /FI PID GE and look at Microsoft Edge, and it's at 5916. And you want to make sure it's correct, and it is. Enter, and it will say the search filter cannot be recognized. That means it's nowhere to be found. And you can type in IM as well. And I am going to type in msedge.exe. And it terminates it. Means it closed down Microsoft Edge. That can be the case if there is multiple PIDs in the same program. You can definitely use the PowerShell or the command prompt to terminate the process of the program. You can do it on Task Manager, or you could do it on the command prompt or the Windows PowerShell. Okay. Now I'm going to show you how to make a file. CD stands for change directory, and the backslash takes me back to the root. The dir or directory, that's where I get to go to any directory, performance logs, program files, 32 bits, users, and Windows. x86 is 32 bits. Now, I'm going to type in change directory, users. You can make a directory out of it too. And I'm going to type in cd in the name of the admin. In that case, Scorpion. And get all these access to programs, 3D objects, contacts, desktop, and much more. I'm going to go into documents. I'm going to open up File Explorer to show you what it would look like after I use the MD or mkdir, which is make directory. And I'm going to type in MD Scorpion folder, and as you can see here, it is created. Right now, I'm going to use the text document, and I'm going to name it Scorpion text. There we go. And then I'm going to open it, and I'm going to type something in. I'm going to call it hello, please like, comment, and subscribe for more IT content. And I'm going to save it. And I'm going to change directory to Scorpion folder. And it's there, and I use a directory. The text I created is there. Now, what happens if I type in the attribute command? I'm going to type in attrib plus h scorpion text .txt, and as you can see here, it is still there, but you can't see it. And what it's doing, it's hiding. And if I use the minus, which turns off the feature or changes back to its settings, and when I use this, it's back. H stands for hidden. You can absolutely type attrib and as you can see here, it gives you all commands with the switches. Yeah, as you can see here, plus sets an attribute and minus clears the attribute. Yep. H is hidden, system S, archive A, and read only file attribute. Now, archive files, which will mostly be used in executable software, same with read only, meaning you can't make any changes to the actual document. And what happens if I type in the same command, but I type in +R? And I'm going to edit more to see what would happen. I know it's random characters, but it's for demonstration purposes only. I'm going to save it. And if I try to save it in the same file, and let's see what happens. It's not letting me save it because it's set to read only. Because when it's on read only, then the system does not allow you to make any changes until you remove that attribute. That is perfect when it comes to sensitive documents, like for marketing, sales, and other departments. So, I'm going to change directory to the previous, which is documents, and I'm going to type in RM or remove directory. Actually, it's RD. RM will not work on Windows, but it will work on Linux. Okay, and now I'm going to type in Scorpion folder. And I get an error. It says the directory is not empty. That's because I added a text document to the folder. To do this, I'm going to type in the same command, RD, Scorpion folder, and I'm going to use the S switch, which will delete everything in the content, as you can see here. And it's asking me, are you sure? I'm going to hit the Y key for yes. Directory, and it's gone. And I'm going to make directory Scorpion folder 2. And I'm going to copy Scorpion folder 2. And it cannot find a file specified. And it'll show you the numbers of the files copied. That's only if you didn't create the file, or in that case, it's nowhere to be found because of the previous backup, it's all gone. Yeah, xcopy, which I'll show you, it suppresses if you want to override it, which is the Y, and the V that verifies. And it'll show you everything you can use with xcopy. And it will do more than just the copy command. It actually does. And we go to robocopy. Robocopy is very powerful. Or robust copy. It copies everything inside a directory. And I remove directory, I type in scorpion folder -2, it removed it because there was nothing in there. That concludes the basic use of the command line, which includes terminating the process on Task Manager using the command prompt with the taskkill command, basic command line utilities, and of course how to create files. How to create directories, how to make an attribute to a file, and much more we did. Even using the GP update and the GP results when it comes to group policies. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.